Councillor Moore, any questions or comments? If not, all in favor? Carried. Thank you. Next, could I have a motion, please, to accept the minutes of the council meeting held on January 22nd, 2018? Councillor Yanish? Councillor Frank, were you looking at your nails or was that a motion? Okay, thank you. Any further questions or comments? All in favor? Carried. Thank you. Next, under original communications, delegations, and petitions, we have from the Saskatchewan Liquor and Gaming Authority. We do have the right as a council to allow 2 retail cannabis outlets. We've got a recommendation to council from the Estevan Board of Police Commissioners recommending 1 outlet. From the minutes of January 24th, 2018, the chief thought it would be better to start with 1. Monitor that, see how that goes, and down the road we could always have another one. Councillor Vrova?
Thank you, Your Worship. I agree. I think that we should start with 1. I think if we decide later that there's needs to be more than 1, we can go to 2. But I don't think we should start with 2 because it'll be harder to go down to 1 if we already have them both open.
Okay. Okay, thank you for that. Any other comments? If not, Councillor Vrova, would you make that a motion, please?
Yes, I would like to make the motion that we go with 1.
Okay, thank you. Have we got seconder, Councillor Yanish? Any further questions or comments? If not, all in favor? Carried. Thank you. Next, under written reports of committees, we have from the Estevan Exhibition Association the minutes of December 13th. Could we have a motion for that, please? Councillor Yanish, seconded by Councillor Travis. Councillor Frank, sorry. Shelley, did you have anything to add?
Just that the Estevan Exhibition Association is busy right now. A lot of volunteers were helping and they were renovating their hall, so they're hoping to have that done. And I believe there's going to be a wedding there in April, if I am correct, and so that will be the first for the new hall. So once it's done, I think they're going to have an open house of some kind and let people see it, but it's going to be one of the nicest looking halls in Estevan is what I'm told. So
great, and I understand you're spending like, what, 50,000?
a little bit more than that, but yeah, they're going to make
Wow.
it look nice. But again, it's hard to renovate if you don't put the money into it the first time instead of having to do it 2 or 3 times after. So
No, that's great
yeah,
stuff.
no, it'll be good.
Okay, all in favor of the motion? Carried, thank you. Next, under written reports of committees, we have from the Estevan Arts Council the minutes of January 10th, 2018. Could we have a motion, please, for that? Councillor Hoffert, thank you. Councillor Nibbs, any further questions? All in favor? Carried. Thank you. Under written reports of committees this evening, we have none. Under executive reports from our tax assessor, we've got the list of land in arrears. Could we have a motion, please, to accept this list as presented? Thank you, Councillor Nibbs. Have we got a seconder? Councillor Moore, any further questions? Councillor Hoffer?
Thank you, Your Worship. To the city manager, how does this compare to previous years?
Yeah. Councillor Hofford, I'll get those numbers back to you. Sorry, I don't have them off the top of my head.
Probably, I guess it's probably fairly safe to say, though, City Manager, that they're higher than usual in large part because of reassessment, correct?
Yes, Your Worship, and there are 3 items that are in appeal right now that are fairly significant and that would cause a pretty big variance, but I can get those values to council at a later date.
Okay, thank you.
Do you want those West Valley Village lots?
Oh, yes. Also, could we have a motion, please, at West Valley Village? We're working on, with SAMA, trying to solve some of those issues. So until we get those resolved, could we have a motion, please, that they are held in abeyance until we get these issues worked out? Thank you, Councillor Hoffert, seconded by Councillor Nibbs. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. Next, we have from the Fire Chief, we have the 2017 fire reports. Could we have a motion, please, to accept those as presented? Councillor Moore, seconded by Councillor Nibbs. Any further questions or comments? If not, all in favor? Carried. Thank you. Next, from the building inspector, we have the permit report for January 2018. Could we have a motion, please, for Councillor?
Consensus on 4A? I don't think we did. For the tax assessor.
Yeah, that was what we got a motion on the first one.
No, we just got first and second, but then we had a question, we never. I don't think we called for a consensus on it. Or don't you need everyone to vote on that one?
Yeah, City Clerk, did we not vote on that first one?
Oh, okay.
Everybody
Good.
voted on it, yeah.
I didn't listen.
Oh, no problem. Next, from the building inspector, we have the permit report for January, and I've got a motion on that, right, City Clerk?
No, you don't.
I thought it was Councillor Moore and Councillor Nibs.
That was on your fire.
No, that's,
That was on your fire.
okay.
Your worship.
okay,
We're good now.
okay, yeah, we're back on track. So all in favor?
Nope. Moore and Gibbs was for the fire service.
But I thought they did the same, did you not do the same for this next
Same one.
report? Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Okay. Anyway, all in favor? Thank you. Next, from the water treatment manager, the annual report on operations and drinking water. It's a lengthy report. I hope you took the time and took it to bed with you, but overall, it was a fairly good report. Could we have a motion, please, to accept that as presented? Thank you. Councillor Vroba, seconded by Councillor Yanish. Any further questions or comments? If not, Councillor
Sorry,
Vroba?
thank you, your worship. I was just going to comment that I've been talking to quite a few people about this next year where we're going to start moving forward. And I believe we have two, this year and next year, and then we'll have our second water source.
That's correct.
From
We're starting, if everything goes well, in September. That's under the Building Canadas. We're looking at about a $7 million build for the new pipeline to Rafferty. It'll be starting in, as I said, September, and hopefully be done by spring.
So they'll start seeing the construction more so this year then.
That's correct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, perfect.
Okay? Thank you. Go ahead,
Just
Councillor
further
Hopper.
to that, your worship, in case there's questions, of that 7 million, it's 2/3 funded by the provincial and federal government.
That's correct, that's correct. It's 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, the same as the residual. Actually, the residual at the water treatment plant was part of this overall $10 million spend. Okay, thank you for clarifying that. So next, from the Parks Manager, could we have a motion, please, for the statutory authority for pest control bylaw? Now, this will give the authority for our Parks Manager to take care of animals within our city. Thank you. Councillor Yanish, seconded. Councillor Frank, any further questions? Councillor Vroba?
Thank you, your worship. I've had actually quite a few people talk to me regarding coyotes in the city.
Yes.
So, and they were asking, what do we do if we spot a coyote? And some of these actually have been spotted over, like, say, behind Canadian Tire, over by the comp school. So a few of them are actually closer into town. So would they phone the police then if it was 8 o'clock on a Tuesday night?
Actually, Rod will have the license to dart these animals, so he will be the contact person, and he will actually dart them and take them out of the city limits.
So can we make that number, so basically that the public are aware, put that on our city page, just so that people know who to call?
Okay, as soon as he gets his
Once we
license,
can- yeah.
that'll be in process now.
We'll do a lot of
Abso-
advertising. Excellent.
Absolutely. We'll
Thank
put it
you.
on the city page. Good idea.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So next, under introduction of bylaws, we have bylaw 2018-1993, pest control within the city of Estevan. We'd like to give that first reading this evening, then we'll advertise for 2 weeks, get the feedback from our community, and then look at second and third. Councillor Hoffer, you'll give the first reading, thank you. Have we got, thank you, Councillor Frank, seconded by Councillor Frank. Any further questions or comments? If not, all in favor? Carried. Thank you. Next, under public hearings and reports, we have none this evening. Giving notice, we have nothing this evening. Motions from committee, we have none. Consideration of bylaws, we have none. Inquiries, Councillor Hopper.
No inquiries, your worship, this evening. I just wanted to extend my congratulations and commend the extraordinary efforts of the Tankard Committee who hosted the provincial curling about a week ago or or two, and just a tremendous job they've done. I was able to get to the weekend games, nice crowds, talked to a lot of people from out of town who were just very appreciative and impressed with the job from the rink facilities to the agendas to just everything about the tankard seemed to resonate really well with the people. So just a huge congratulations to everyone involved at the Estevan Power Dodge Curling Club.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Councillor Hoffert. It was a very good tankard, and again, we thank all of our management team, our staff, the volunteers, absolutely everybody came to the table and did a tremendous job. So thank you so much for that. It was in fact such a success. We're looking at perhaps doing something along them lines again. So thank you so much to our community for the full support that we got. Councillor Vroba?
Thank you, Your Worship. I was actually just looking to see if I could find the tickets for the theater, but after I had them out, I've put them away. So Souris Valley Theater on April 14th is hosting a dinner theater at the Elks, and it's $75 a ticket. So if anybody's interested, you can contact myself or a member of the Souris Valley Theater Board, and we'll get you tickets. Also, I was able to attend yesterday with Councillor Hoffert was there as well to the Mike Serrata Memorial Day that Estevan Minor Hockey and the Bantam AA's put on. Very well put on day, and I think they raised a lot of money for their venture into, they're having, hopefully to have a special room for technology center for the children.
That's correct.
Yeah, so basically, congratulations, and he was very well remembered yesterday, so kudos to everybody involved.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Councillor Vroba and Councillor Hoffert for attending. And I know Tom Copeland did a lot of work with all of the people, all of his fellow coaches and volunteers did a tremendous job, and we thank him and everyone that worked so hard on that event. Thank you all so much. Councillor Yanish? Okay. Councillor Okay, Councillor Frank. Councillor Nibbs?
Nothing, Your Worship.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Moore?
No, I have nothing, thank you.
Okay, thank you for that. City Manager?
Thank you, Worship. I'd just like to mention that the Woodlawn Golf Club AGM is this Thursday, February 15th, if anybody's interested in going.
Okay, thank you for that. City Clerk, anything this evening?
Nothing, Your Worship.
City Treasurer? Nothing. Okay. Okay, well, with that, could we have a motion, please, to move into committee? Councillor Hoffert, seconded by Councillor Yanish. All in favor? Carried. Thank you so much, and good evening. Stay warm.